Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Certainly appreciate you stopping by. I'm going to do another rummage today through some of my waiting to be processed Topps baseball buyback cards. Did one of these last weekend and had a lot of fun with it, so figured I would dip back into the well this weekend. Just have a blast collecting these from over the years. And the first one we pulled today is this fantastic 1970 Topps Joe Rudy from the 2019 Topps Heritage Program. This would have been a box topper, and I love the background of this photo. You have like some pre-game or after-game activities going on. Great shot of Joe Rudy there. No Hall of Famers in the last rummage. We'll see if we can change that. We do change that today. Phil Niekro, who looks like he's 60 years old on like almost every card that he had. Love this one though. How about that Braves warm-up jacket with the number on it there? Just awesome stuff. Really, really great picture. Got a cigarette ad in the background, which is something you wouldn't see today. I think that's the Marlboro Cowboy there. And a cool card of Phil. So that one is, we'll put that one up as background worthy here. Next to, should have mentioned at the outset, but have a Giancarlo Mike Stanton rookie card buyback there. And Bo Jackson Future Stars buyback. Bringing us some luck today in this rummage. Next up, we got a Howie Bedell for the Milwaukee Braves. Check that out. In front of like some really poorly constructed grandstands, it looks like. It's a really fascinating photo. Love it. Nice smile there. You got the 62 rookie star. And I've mentioned before, but this design has really grown on me over the years with like a photograph or poster, you know, against wood that's kind of peeling back. I really, really love 62 Topps. So happy to get this one, even though, man, this is beat up. And that's what's really cool about these to me. Like this card probably, you know, got thrown against walls, playing corners and traded with neighborhood kids back in the 60s before it was acquired again by Topps, stamped, and then put in a pack of 2015 Topps Update as an insert. So I love those kind of stories, unknown stories that buybacks have to tell. Next up, how about a 1979 Rangers Prospects card? Pat Putnam, Danny Darwin, and Billy Sample. And check out those hats. I don't know, I think that might be like the Toros or something. I could be wrong, but pretty cool minor league hats there. And Danny Darwin, longtime pitcher for my hometown Boston Red Sox. So kind of a cool one there. You can see the large 75th anniversary stamp there. Love these cards. So that was a 2014 buyback, those 75th stamps. Next up, a Heritage box topper, and we saw a couple of these last time around from the 64 top set. And we have another one today, Jim Shaffer. He doesn't look too pleased, but cool photo, and I love this classic design. And great look here at the Cub shoulder patch. That is probably the star of the show on this Jim Shaffer catcher card. And in my last video, this looks like the same stadium maybe that I asked about in my last video on buybacks, and my hobby buddy Peeps commented that it might be the Polo Grounds in New York City, and I think that may be correct. So pretty cool photo there. All right, continuing on with the rummage, how about another Heritage buyback from the 65 Topps release, which everybody loves with those really nice team pennants. Milt Pappas, pitcher for the Orioles. A lot of great bold orange color on this card. It looks like we have a palm tree kind of hiding behind Mitch's arm there. So I think this is a spring training shot, but really, really cool card there. Let's go towards the far right section of the box. And how about Cecil Fielder on the 87 Topps design? Fitting, we pulled a 62 buyback earlier in the rummage, and now 25 years later, we have the next wood grain set or wood panel set from Topps as far as the border goes with this Cecil Fielder, guy who is a supreme slugger at the height of his career. And I believe, I hope I don't get this wrong, but interesting fact, I think Cecil and his son Prince, who was a longtime slugger for the Brewers, possibly finished their careers with the same number of home runs, which is kind of neat. Like maybe somewhere around 300. I could be off on the number, but I think they finished with the same career home run total. I'm sure someone will let me know if I'm wrong about that in the comments, but cool Cecil Fielder there. left portion of the box now. Here we go. Another Hall of Famer. And this card is really neat because it's a Kmart box set Bob Gibson card. And the timing on this is actually pretty funny. I was texting recently with a couple hobby buddies, one of whom acquired this 68 Bob Gibson only recently because I think it is on a turn back the clock card as well. But obviously Gibson was the MVP of the National League in 68, as this card says. But this particular card is awesome to me because it's from Kmart, as you can see, 20th anniversary. So these were box sets that came out in the 80s when those were, you know, the popular thing. And Kmart issued these. I think they came maybe 40 or 50 cards in a small cardboard box. You would buy the whole complete set. And I had these as a kid, and they were some of my only exposure to these vintage cards. I didn't own a 68 Bob Gibson as a kid, and I couldn't really, there wasn't an opportunity for me to obtain one easily, but I did have that Kmart box set. So this is a great card. And then it was bought back by Topps and stamped as part of the 2016 buyback promotion. So when you think about it, kind of neat. This was a 1968 card that's depicted here on a set from 1982 issued by Kmart, and then rebought back and then issued as an insert by Topps in 2016. So pretty neat kind of history of that card. Here's a look at the back. And 1982 was my birth year as well, so kind of cool to get an 82 Bob Gibson in buyback format. So that one's going to make a strong push for the Franken set in slot number 14. So cool card there. With apologies to Phil Necro, we're going to put Gibson up in the background. And all right, now we're starting to pick up some steam. This is a really, really good buyback. 1975 Topps Rod Carew, one of the best pure contact hitters in baseball history, on the 75 design with the All-Star designation. And this is a 65th anniversary buyback. I mean, you just don't see these often. Obviously, I didn't know I was going to pull this in today's rummage, but so I wouldn't have had the opportunity to check. But I'm fairly confident that if you were to look online right now, there's no way you could purchase one of these at any price point. There can't be more than a handful out there. And in some cases, you know, nobody knows what the print run is on these for sure. But in a lot of cases, I think these star players can be one of ones, or you just never see another copy. And I've continually searched for buybacks for almost 10 years now across eBay and ComC and other platforms. And some of these star Hall of Fame cards are they just don't exist out there. So really pumped to pull that Carew. He's going to be making a case for the Franken set as well. And we're just keeping it going here. From the 78 Topps release, we have this Earl Weaver, a young Earl as a player, and an older Earl, as I remember him, as the manager of the Orioles at Yankee Stadium, I can tell. Great shot there. And this is a 2015 Topps original buyback. I think I have a couple copies of this because for a while you could get this buyback for like under $1 on ComC, which I just thought was like criminal. I really, really like Earl Weaver. Just an awesome guy. So pleased to add another copy of this to the collection. I don't know if I've already kind of filed one away in the Franken set or not, but we'll find out. And if not, I think this one will likely make the cut at slot 211. So great Earl Weaver manager card there. I love it. And we're at the 9-minute mark, so we'll pull a couple more here at least. How about a 69 Ken Johnson showing off his many chins? That is not a super flattering photo that we get there, but love the Chief Wahoo shoulder patch there. Another thing that we'll never see again, but a pretty great vintage card. I love that he's actually wearing a hat, which is not always the case for 69 Topps. And yeah, I just dig my heritage buybacks. So that'll either make the Franken set, or if not, the Z folio of heritage kind of outcasts that I have. Next up, this one has the paper insert, but we got another 75 to match that Rod Carew in the background, Andy Messersmith, and an All-Star no less. So we got an NL, an NL and an AL All-Star represented with the red and blue stars there. And Messersmith, of course, was like known for being an innings eater back in the day for Los Angeles. I'm not sure if we get that on that. Yeah, on the back of this card, check this out. 292 innings pitched, and then 250 the year prior. Just guy threw a lot of baseball. So Great Messersmith card there. Let's do at least one more. Let's see what I pull here. How about a burlap 68 Gary Sutherland for the Phillies? I don't know why I seem to pull a lot of Phillies cards when I do these rummages. I'm not sure why that is. I don't target them specifically or anything. I just pick up kind of what's cheap and available, but nice Gary Sutherland there. I don't know anything about him as a player. That's another one that was just purchased solely because it is a heritage buyback. And then we'll close out today's rummage with this one. Great card here. Dennis Oil Can Boyd for the Boston Red Sox. Looks like he's warming up pregame here and is just about to deliver the pitch. Great photograph, and of course, just a memorable character from those 1980s Red Sox teams into the early 90s, and relative of Bob Boyd, who played in the Negro Leagues and Major League Baseball, like in the 40s, or I think 50s possibly. So great card there. Love Oil Can Boyd. And today's rummage, I would say, was a very successful one. We had plenty of Hall of Fame talent, multiple Hall of Famers, cards from all different eras, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a really good mix of buybacks. So I hope you enjoyed this. Really digging this part of my collection recently. You know, we kind of move in and out of different interests as time goes by. And although I've loved these buybacks for years, I feel like I've really fallen in love with them all over again in recent months here. And I've kind of been picking up some new ones. So maybe back on a following weekend with another rummage. I really enjoy doing these. So thanks for your time. I will be back soon. And in the meantime, I hope you all enjoy the hobby. Take care.